Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's O'Neil from Tapped on O'Neil, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I made over $5,000 today. And I know that sounds crazy, but me making that $5,000 effectively cleared up all of my margin. If you guys watched my last video where I showed you guys my $80,000 portfolio review, I brought down my margin because I ended my cycle with TSLL. I ended my cycle with TSLL and my wheel cycle with TSLL, and I cleared up $29,000 from that cycle. And with that cycle, I added some money back into my account. So I'll show you guys real quick. As you guys can see, we actually have cash in this account, which means all of our margin debt is paid off. So we have a total margin of $28,000 that's available for us to use, and we're seeing, as you guys can see, we're using $24,000 in option collateral, and we have pending orders. So we still have some buying power and we have pending orders. So yes, I'm using margin, but they're not no longer charging me margin interest because I'm technically not in margin anymore. I'm just using the margin money as collateral through my options trades. And I have a new ETF, or another another ETF that I'm trading options on, and I showed you guys a little sneak peek, but that's MSTU. So we got a lot of plays on MSTU. We got plays on MST, Misty, and we also have that call buy on PLTW, which is something I showed you guys in the $80,000 portfolio review. So I'm currently down 87 cents today. Well, $7. It was a slow market day, not too much movement. You guys can see how it performed throughout the day. It wasn't really too much. Currently up $3,600 on the week. But let's not waste any time. Let's go, show you guys what you guys are here for. Y'all are here to see how I made this $5,000. So from this MSTU, as you guys can see, that $6 put with the 40 contracts. And before I, even show you guys, do not do what I'm doing. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not do what I'm doing. But I'll give you guys the insight onto why I made this play. So I sold 40 contracts at a $6 strike price of a put. And the reason why I did this, you guys can see we're up. We got a total return of 480. We went down a little bit today. We're down $200. Now the reason why I did this is because if you guys watch my older videos where I show you guys how I analyze ETFs or just graphs on a stock or ETF that I'm going to be trading, you guys can see MSTU is trading really low right now. MSTU is a leverage ETF that tracks MSTR, which is strategy, formerly known as MicroStrategy. So we currently hold 400 shares, and we sold some covered calls on that. I'll show you guys real quick. We sold covered calls to end at the end of this week. 4 covered calls, four contracts at a $5.5 strike price. So I'm okay if these shares get called away. If they don't, we'll just keep selling covered calls on them. But going back to this 40 contract play where we had to put up, let's see, how much did we have to put up? So see that's the number right there. So we made 48.80 exactly from this one specific trade. And how much did we have to put up? Why is it not showing? Okay, so we had to put up $24,000 in collateral for that trade, and we made 4,800, over 4,800, basically $5,000 from that one play. And then these are the other plays that we have. Uh, as I said, do not do what I'm doing. This is a real risky play, but the reason why I did it now, as I said, MSTU is trading really below its price right now. You guys can see year to date, it's trading really low, and it's previously been at a little bit higher. But MSTU, which tracks the movement of MSTR, and MSTR tracks the movement of Bitcoin. You guys know that Bitcoin has had a decent sell off, and it's been trading pretty low after hitting its all-time high of $123,000, if I'm not mistaken. Where was it at? 124. So 124. Let's just make sure that was this peak. It hit a new all-time high of $124,000. and it's now trading a little bit below. But if you guys don't remember what I mentioned, what's happening next week? Rate cuts. We're getting rate cuts. Well, I at least believe we're going to get rate cuts next week, and that is going to push the market, and that's going to cause an uptick in the market, in my opinion. Not financial advice. This is just something I'm doing, a nice little call out that I made. So when rate cuts happen, people start to pour into riskier assets, things like Bitcoin and crypto. As a, they start to pour into these assets. Crypto actually today had a nice little pump up. It hit $113, and then it had a little sell off. So that's why it's down $300 on the day. Um, and on the week it's still up. So it's showing signs of recovery from where it was lower and previously at 108, 107. And so I'm expecting a nice push up after they announce rate cuts. I think we're at least going to get a 25 basis point rate cut. It could possibly be higher, but when they do announce these rate cuts, the market is going to price into these riskier assets, and that's what I'm betting on. And here's the thing, right? Even if the market or the MSTU trade, right, doesn't go in my favor, I'll do exactly what I did with TSLL um, play, where I, pretty much took the assignment and I just paid the interest while collecting the premium. So my premium that I was gaining from this the plays that I was making, it was paying off the interest. And from this one play, I made over 4,880 to be exact, but $5,000 that effectively cleared up all of my margins. So I'm no longer in margin. So that just shows you the power of playing options or selling options at least. And then I also been placing some buys. So I bought some buys on MSTU also, set to expire. When is this set to expire? Um, okay, so I bought two calls at a $4.5 strike price, set to expire. When is this? Oh, October 24th. So, and then I also bought some calls, 10 calls on the at the $5 strike price for next week, expecting the rate cuts. So there's a lot of things. I'm really bullish on MSTU right now. I know I said I'm bullish on Tesla, and I feel like Tesla is also a really good value stock. But I also, am bullish on crypto, which is this leverage ETF effectively also. So yeah, this is just how I'm showing you guys how I made that $5,000. So we got till next week. I placed it 2 weeks out. So if you want to, kind of say do it on a week to week basis, you can say that I made 2,500 this week and 2,500 for the next weekend, and we're gonna wait till next week to see if we get assigned. Um, Basically, MSTU has to push past the $6 price range, which it was previously trading at. Let's see, early on this month, and it was going as high as $8. So I'm betting on it. I'm betting on it. I'm really bullish on it. This is a bullish play. I would not recommend copying it, but I'm gonna show you guys, regardless of what happens, how this plays out. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how we intend to weather the storm. We're just gonna play the wheel strategy. We're gonna implement the wheel strategy. If we get assigned, we're just gonna keep selling cover calls at whatever given strike price, at the $6 strike price, because we're not gonna sell it for anything less than what we bought it for. But if it does push up past the $6 strike price, we might go a little bit higher. It depends on how we see the movement of it. I showed you guys the same thing with TSLL, and we got rid of those shares that way. But we got 2 weeks to see if it's gonna stay below the strike price. And I'll show you real quick. It was actually at 5.5, if I'm not mistaken, or no, 5.29 this week. Or actually, nope, it was at 5.5, as I said, earlier this week. 5.5. So it does have the capabilities of getting to that $6 range. These are extremely volatile ETFs, leverage ETFs. But if you're willing to take the risk, you're gonna make a lot of money. I would not recommend doing it unless you are in a position to handle, the risk, and you're in a position to handle and take whatever assignment that's gonna come with it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to show you guys. I I got some more videos that's gonna be dropping to you, for you guys. Um, yeah, so we got pending orders and future buying, but we're gonna keep a little bit more cash on hand, see how these plays play out, and I'll keep you guys updated, of course. So yeah, without further ado, if you felt like this was useful and helpful anyway, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your push button notifications, join up on the Discord if you want to speak to like-minded individuals like myself and others, and get early updates on these plays. Hit me up on Instagram if you guys want to get in direct contact with me. And yeah, without further ado, it's Tap the One L, and I'm signing out.